Gina Carano.
Yeah, here we go.
I find this a little bittersweet, but I'll talk to you about it in a minute. Disney
Mhm.
and Lucasfilm have settled a lawsuit with Gina Carano, who accused the studios of discrimination and wrongful termination over her firing on The Mandalorian. In a statement, a Lucasfilm spokesperson said, "With this lawsuit concluded, we look forward to identifying opportunities to work together with Ms. Carano in the near future." Who is the Lucasfilm spokesperson? These people are always nameless. It drives me crazy.
It
Uh,
doesn't matter because they're speaking with the authority of Lucasfilm. This is the official line. It doesn't matter who it comes from, as long as we know it's representative of the party line that Lucas is trying to espouse.
We have reached an agreement with Gina Carano to resolve the issues in her pending lawsuit against the companies, and added Ms. Carano was always well respected by her directors, co stars, and staff, and she worked hard to perfect her craft while treating her colleagues with kindness and respect. That sounds way different than the words you used when you fired her.
I know, and something tells me that this is part of that settlement. You know, I mean, wasn't part of the settlement like she wanted an apology? I think that's the closest you get to an
Just
apology.
ridiculous. And let's be honest with you, they didn't want the dirt coming out. That's part of why this is settled out of court.
I'm
I
certain of it.
wanted to know who fired her. Anyway, I guess we'll never quite know.
Well, I
Kathleen
guess it
Kennedy
doesn't
denied it was
matter.
her. Did you know
It,
that? Kathleen Kennedy
yeah.
denied it was her.
Well, and that doesn't earn her any points because are you not responsible for the entire
Yes.
Lucasfilm? So someone under you did. Sorry, you're still responsible, whether you believe you are or not. Maybe you shouldn't be in charge if you don't understand what that means. But be that as it may, it kind of doesn't matter because this statement from Disney is in every way a backpedal. And they're basically saying, yeah, no, we're looking for opportunities to work with her again in the future. If
So
you say something like that, you're basically saying anything that someone said in the past, we recant all of that.
my theory is that they were probably not going to renew her contract, and it was going to be more like a quiet dismissal. But she would just walk away and no harm done, because I don't think she knew anything about that anyway. Then I
Yeah,
think
what it,
someone over at Lucasfilm who had a beef with either her or
yep.
John Favreau or somebody else decided, let's make this public announcement. Now I think that might have been done behind Kathleen Kennedy's
So
back.
a
I
lot of
might admit
people in a
that.
lot
Yes.
of outlets have already gone into this whole debate about, well, she was fired. No, she wasn't fired. Well, that says she was fired. No, she wasn't fired. Okay. Let's get down to brass tacks and look at it from the legal perspective, right? If she says, well, look at this article. They said they fired me. They're going to say, regardless of what someone said in an article, whether they were authorized to say it by Disney or not, there's a separate issue. You were up for a role for a project that never actually happened. There is no legal precedent for you to say you were fired because they didn't go ahead with a project. That happens all the time in Hollywood.
Like we don't have
So
another Boba Fett season yet, so, or another Acolyte
exactly,
season. So yeah.
that doesn't mean that I'm sorry, I forget the actor's name has been fired. It just means they didn't decide to continue and do another one. Yes, somebody clearly had a personal beef with her, and but she didn't go for defamation or something like that. She went more for being fired for cause, and something tells me that that wasn't as strong a case as people like to believe it was. And I think that when you get down to brass tacks, on her side, she might not have had that strong a case, but on the other side, Disney, in order to fight that case, would have still had to go to discovery. So she still had that on them. So both sides had a reason to say, yeah, this isn't in the bag for me, and I stand to lose significantly. Maybe we can come to a certain ground. So I was talking with someone else offline about, well, did she win or did she not win? Is this a victory or is this not a victory? And I'm like, it really depends on how you define that. When you have a settlement, from a legal standpoint, nobody wins, right? Or both sides win. It just depends on how you want to spin it for yourself. It is a compromise. So you both get something out of it that you want, but maybe not everything, right? And we're never going to know the details of what that was, but it sounds to me in every way, at least from their official statements, both Gina and Lucasfilm are happy with the outcome. So they could both claim victory.
Yeah. So, her case was very strong, Troy, because they fired her and then they gave a statement while letting other employees say way worse than what she said, and still let him say it to this day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't respect Lucasfilm right now for a whole
No,
host of
and I think a
reasons.
lot of people don't. Um, th-
I think
what's
that
going to
they're
matter
very
is,
creatively bankrupt. I'm going to say that with a lot of
oh,
the stuff they do
absolutely.
over there.
And this, what matters is not the actual statement about this case or the actual compromise. What matters is what we see them do in the next 5 years or so. Is she going to be back in this role? Is she going to have a cameo in this Mando film? Are they going to go ahead with Knights of the Old Republic? Because those kinds of things say more than just something about this case. It also says, yeah, we are also looking to get the fans back. We realize how badly this damaged Star Wars, we want to earn the fans back. Now, whether or not that's possible, that's a different discussion. I'm just talking about what they may be broadcasting. On the other hand, they may just be saying, okay, yeah, let's just move on. Either way, as fans, we need to pay attention to that. We need to see where this goes. And again, don't listen to rumors. Don't speculate. All of that is fugazi. Pay attention to what Disney actually does and judge them based on that. And we don't know yet. So wait and see.